Don't fucking embarrass me.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
That's all I'm going to do.
I know.
Embarrassment episode.
Always.
We're back with a full breakdown of Can You Keep a Secret?
2019. What a year.
The year before it all fell apart.
Santa Claus.
Of course, Santa Claus, yeah. Do you want to give the quick recap on what this thing's about?
Yeah, well, there's nothing quick about this recap. But
no, there isn't, actually.
Give it anyway. It's a lengthy one.
Do it.
Thinking they're about to crash, Emma spills her secrets to a stranger on a plane. At least, she thought he was a stranger until she later meets Jack, her company's young CEO, who now knows every humiliating detail about her, based on the blockbuster New York Times bestseller.
Nice.
Thanks. Try to sell it.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Yeah, no, that sums it up pretty good.
Pretty much. Yeah. So our expectations, we were close.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly close.
We were not on that flight together, but
well, as far as you know. No, we weren't in the movie after all.
Unfortunately.
Devastating.
Devastating, but I still think our movie was better, but
yeah.
That's what you get. So
I mean, someday. It's only a matter of time.
All right, quick info. This is directed by Elise Duran.
Okay. The one with the dead dad.
Yes, yeah, the loving memory
Right.
of at the end
That's
of the movie
right.
that's her father. So
Now, did we look into him at all? Is he a movie man?
I did not.
Okay. Listeners, let us know.
I did not do that. I'm trying to get my brain back into this. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so no, I don't know.
Just trying to podcast. Yeah.
So she's done mostly TV stuff, TV movies and TV shows, episodes of stuff. So
okay. Like what?
LA Shrinks, 6 episodes of Canine Intervention.
I don't think that counts.
Deshaun Jackson Home Team TV series. 8 episodes of Girls Who Like Boys Who Like Boys. 6 episodes of Finding Sarah. Yeah, a bunch of kind of random stuff here.
Okay. Wow. Great. Thank you.
Hard hitting. All right. So who wrote this thing? So it's based on a book by Sophie Kinsella. But Peter Hutchings did the screenplay.
Peter Hutchings. Okay. Yeah. What's he done?
He has done. I'm glad you asked. It's gonna be a long one.
He looks like a poor man's Paul Rudd.
yeah, poor man's Paul Rudd. He hasn't done too much. He's directed a couple things, so he's only written 2 things: Last Keepers, and then this movie.
Okay.
But he's directed 4 things: The Hating Game, then Came You, The Outcasts, and Rhymes with a Banana.
I mean, that's way more things than I've written or directed. So good on this guy.
Yeah, likewise. I also think the guy at the end of the movie, the old guy in the plane with the big guy, is eating carrots and the chips.
Yeah.
I think they might be related.
What?
Yeah, the plane passenger, Richard Hutchins.
Oh,
yeah. And Richard's also like he's a camera electrical guy, but
it's a nepotism game. We all know that,
don't we? All right,
don't we?
Don't we?
Oh boy, this is off to a good start today. This is a nightmare.
I'm having a tough time today.
It's okay. The listeners won't notice.
Okay, so who's in this? We got actors. We got
Deer kicks in.
Yeah. Alexandra Daddario. She plays Emma. We got Tyler.
I realized, I was like, why do I know her? Because she's like famous, obviously.
Yeah,
right?
she's in White Lotus and many other things.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Didn't think of either. Yeah, but where I feel like I know her from is that one episode of Always Sunny that she was in.
Oh, really? That one.
Yeah, when Charlie and Dee find love, she's like a rich person who like falls in love with Charlie and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's half of a wealthy and attractive brother and sister duo who seduced Dee and Charlie, where the brother is doing it just to humiliate Dee in the end, like a dinner for schmucks kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she, Alexandra Daddario, actually like falls in love with Charlie, and he thinks she's in on the dinner for schmucks thing. Like, it's very funny.
Classic.
Yes, exactly.
Classic. She's been in a few things. Tyler Hoechlin. Hoechlin.
Yep.
That's what we're going with. Plays Jack Harper.
I got fast facts about him for days.
Yeah. I love it. He looks kind of familiar, but I couldn't quite pin where if I've seen him in something else.
in a couple things.
Okay, he plays Superman in the TV series. The Lois.
That's right.
Okay, Superman and Lois. Okay, he's Clark Kent.
Yeah. Final Fantasy voiceovers, apparently.
Wow. Okay, First Soldier.
A lot of voice work.
Big DC guy.
Cool.
Well, I guess he's just playing Clark Kent and all these things, so that makes sense.
Interesting.
He was in Teen Wolf, the TV series.
Wow. See, like this guy is legit.
Oh, Hall Pass. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
all right.
we got fast facts about that.
Love it.
Seventh Heaven. Interesting.
What else we got here? So Sunita Mani, she plays Lissy, the friend.
Yep, she's great.
Kimiko Glenn plays Gemma.
Not our first Gemma, and not the first time that you had to question how to pronounce Gemma.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how to pronounce it.
Like last time you were like, Gemma?
Yeah, Gemma? Is it Gemma? That's how you say it in Britland, right?
It's very recent too. That was the McConaughey one, right?
Yeah.
What was that one? The boat? Treasure Island? Fuck the treasure? I don't know.
Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold.
Fool's
Thanks.
Gold.
Needed that. Trying to do as many episode promos in this one as possible.
Barely Lethal too, you know?
That's right.
All right, moving on. So we got David Ebert. He plays Connor. I tried to find out if he was related to Roger Ebert, but I couldn't, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, did not care for him, but
I don't think so. He plays Connor, the lame boyfriend. Kate Easton plays Artemis, the coworker there.
Yep. Good Always Sunny crossover with the weird woman who's named Artemis.
Okay. That's fun. There's a couple of people in the office. I didn't pick them out. I just left them off the side. Okay. And then we got Toots McGillicuddy.
Oh, playing himself?
Plays Toots.
Nice. Good dog name, by the way.
Yeah, great. Toots McGillicuddy.
Mm-hmm.
Best part of the movie. Production budget, box office stuff. So this it was a limited international release.
Sure.
I got 3 different numbers. So IMDb says it did 1.3 million. Wikipedia says it did 1.6 million. And then the website that I use all the time for this, the numbers.com, it gives you all the box cover breakdown, said it made $755,568 internationally.
I don't know what to believe there. I mean, 1.3 is in the middle of both of those.
So why don't we go with that?
Let's go with that. That's like 350 fanatics. So that's a nice round number.
Yeah, that works out. There's no domestic numbers because it didn't go into theaters domestically, and there's no video numbers. And the budget I couldn't find. So
well, we'll never know.
There you have it. Rotten Tomatoes, it's 30%, right at our line.
Right at our line, yeah. And I think it shows. Like, it's definitely not the worst movie we've done.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
It's it was okay. I've seen worse movies.
Yeah, I've got some gripes with just like the comedy aspect of it, and there's like this weird kind of semi slapsticky thing going on that they didn't really go all in on. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I have many gripes, but
we'll get to it. And then it's 36% audience, so one of the rare ones where the audience and the critics are kind of on the same page.
I'm not surprised because it's kind of boring.
yeah. The on the bright side, it's only an hour and a half, which love it.
True.
You can tell a story in an hour and a half.
Went pretty quick. I think.
That's great. Good stuff. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Do you want to fast fact me, Daddy?
Ugh. That's right.
That. We got to change the title of that.
If you wake up earlier, then you can do them, and then I'll say it. So then you don't have to feel uncomfortable saying it. You just have to hear it.
I don't. It also makes me equally uncomfortable.
Perfect. So we're all winners, is what you're saying.
Fast fact me, mummy.
Okay.
I'm changing it. I'm changing the title.
So now when Jack first visits Emma at her house on their first date there, he comments on the dog in the poster. Remember? The happiest dog that he's ever seen in his entire life.
Yep.
That's Alexandra Daddario's dog.
Oh, really?
Yep, in real life. Levon.
Great name.
Yep, nice little Easter egg.
I'm into that.
Yeah. So also our second Imagine Dragons themed movie.
I couldn't believe. And they played one of the songs in the middle. I'm like, oh my God. And everyone was singing it.
That's right. You hate to see it. So in the movie, Emma reveals that every time she hears Demons by Imagine Dragons, she cries. Alexandra Daddario was in the music video for Radioactive, which was featured in The Host, as we just recently did.
It all comes back together. It all comes back to us, really. When said and done.
It all comes back to Mormons, I think.
Yep, Mormons.
Yeah.
Why are Imagine Dragons like a bunch of Mormons?
Yeah.
No, they're not. Are they really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The one time that I accidentally saw Imagine Dragons was
Peaceful crowd
in Utah. And they were talking about all kinds of Mormon stuff. So
crushing your 3% beers out there.
yeah, basically. He's from Las Vegas originally, so I think he
is it just one person?
I guess they have Mormons in Vegas, but no. There's several people, but the main guy is definitely a Mormon. Confirmed. We like to do our on the fly fact checking. Yes. And by we, I mean me at least.
Yeah, I don't have time to click around the
but yeah, no, Dan Reynolds is a Latter-day Saints kind of guy, for better or worse. Yep. So anyway, that's enough Imagine Dragons talk for now.
Yeah, we can't. There'll be more later. So
yeah. So Jack reveals at the end of the movie that he keeps a baseball bat under his bed. Tyler Hoechlin played college baseball.
God,
it almost went pro.
I hate you. Okay, now I know what you feel. Okay, all right.
Oh, this one had the worst trivia, and I love it. I think the rest of them are all bad.
Oh my God.
While Emma is getting ready for their first date, Jack reads a sign on the wall that says Beacon's Closet, which could be a nod to the town.
Possibly a nod?
Teen Wolf, Beacon Hills. That Tyler Hoechlin is in.
How is it trivia? How can trivia be possibly that's not how trivia works.
Nope, that's exactly how IMDb trivia works. It's the best.
Oh my God. Whew, okay, carrying on. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It gets better. So at the end of the movie, Jack tells Emma that he's got this huge fear of flying, like paralyzing fear of flying.
Yeah.
Tyler Hoechlin plays Superman in the TV shows Superman and Lois and Supergirl, where he's flying all the time, obviously.
Internet, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you.
Oh, it gets better.
It's terrible.
So Sunita Mani, who plays Lissy, right, in the movie, we like her.
Yeah, we do.
Tells Emma that the password to the club, the secret club, is Chad. Sunita played a character named Chad on The Good Place. Why is this trivia?
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. Yeah, and we'll cap it off with Alexandra Daddario and Tyler Hoechlin work together in Hall Pass. They had those scenes together, so that's why it's relevant trivia.
That has to be.
They were both
worst.
in that movie.
This is the worst, I think, trivia fast facts we've pulled from IMDb, I think, ever. Like,
incredible.
They're so bad. The first two were good. And then it just went downhill from there, like quickly, like terrifyingly fast.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we survived that.
All good fast facts is what we're saying.
Yeah. All fast facts
are
good. So, yeah.
That's right.
All right, you want a Hollywood pitch me, motherfucker?
Yeah, I need to recover for a second here.
Yeah.
So, I feel like I've been phoning it in lately. Picked the easy no-brainer here. It's obviously Old meets Ted 2.
Obviously, I can see it.
Right. I mean, as soon as you saw the movie, you were like, "It's Old meets Ted 2," right?
Yeah. Yep.
So. It's obviously old.
I think these gonna be some rough Hollywood pitches, but
what are you talking about?
Okay,
I'm so confident. So Old features a gross romance.
Is that the new one from M. Night Shyamalan?
It's the second to last one from.
Oh, Night. That's right. He did. Yeah, he did. That's
it goes
right.
by Night to his friends.
I'm sorry, Night. Yeah, M. Night. Okay, yeah.
2021.
They're on like the beach or something like that, right?
Yeah, 2 in a row, 2 quick ones in a row. Because this way,
I haven't seen this one. I heard it was good though.
You haven't seen Old? Oh, it was good. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Okay. Well, we'll get to it. So, all right. Because there's crossover here. I'm going to spoil it for you. So.
Spoilers for everyone, just so you know. Earplugs.
Yeah. Sorry, I know this is a relatively new movie too, but whatever.
listen to the podcast with earmuffs on.
That's right. So they both have a gross romance element in this movie. It's the basically her boss hitting on her and kind of like using her secrets against her to like get in bed with her. I don't know. It felt a little icky the whole time.
When you put it that way. Huh. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
And in Old, it's not gross because it's, borderline abusive kind of thing.
Okay.
It's more that they're children. So they're
that's creepy.
Well, they're children at the beginning, and then they turn into teenagers and fuck, and it's gross.
And then they get old and die.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the spoilies. I'm not going to spoil that part for you. So a little bit icky. There's wrap up way too neatly in both of them. So in this movie, it's just kind of like at the end, well, everyone's happy and gets what they wanted. She gets the promotion. Like her boss is just like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You should have a promotion.
That scene was. I have so many gripes with all the office scenes. I have so many gripes with, but yeah.
Yes, it's the best. And then like they're basically just like, well, now we're in love, right?
The end.
Wait, what? Yeah, the end. And Old doesn't do. It's not like that. But basically, they're like, oh well, yep, magically remembers the way to escape the old beach that he like could have remembered at any point earlier in the process.
Yeah.
Just like it dawns on the boy all of a sudden. He's like, oh, wait a second. And then when they do wrap it up, it's like they have this like cool reveal that like could be really cool the way they do it. Maybe I won't spoil that part for you. But they just like get rid of it immediately. They're like, oh, check out this cool reveal. And then they're like, well, and they all were arrested and held accountable and like disappeared the rest. So like there's no way to know.
Just kind of so then they just
wait, what?
Then you just killed that cool like ending.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice.
And in it kind of sucked. I guess that's probably the two biggest things from Old.
Okay.
Now meets Ted 2. This one was like a little bit wishful thinking for me. I think that our movie here, Can You Keep a Secret, is a direct sequel to Ted 2.
Okay. All right.
Now, if you remember Ted 2,
I do a little bit. Yeah.
It's a legal drama primarily.
Yes. Yep.
About personhood for a teddy bear, whether he's a person or property.
Right. Yep.
Just like this movie features a bunch of lawyers doing weird stuff.
Not wrong. Okay.
Right. There's a big subplot there. In Ted 2, I also wanted more of the legal part. Like they spend too much time doing like, Marky Mark pranks and whatever else.
Yeah.
Crap they're doing. I would have loved more Amanda Seyfried, who's the lawyer in that movie. Sam L. Jackson. Samantha L. Jackson.
That's right. Yep.
Because it's Mark Wahlberg. And so like, of course and Seth MacFarlane, they're very lazy. So I think this is a direct sequel where they just recast Amanda Seyfried because she's, kind of played out at this point.
Yeah. That's it. We're done with her.
With Sunita Mani because she's not played out. She's in her prime here, peak of her powers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I kind of want there to be like a weird love story between Gemma, our weird friend, and an inanimate object like a teddy bear. Because I feel like she's primed for it.
Okay,
like they're about to do that storyline.
Hold on, let me get this straight.
Yep. Go on.
The only thing you've connected to Ted 2 is the lawyer aspect of it.
That's right.
Now you're pitching me that this movie is a direct sequel to Ted 2.
That's right.
All right. I just want to make sure. I just wanted to recap for the audience.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said it's part wishful thinking and part actual connections.
Yeah, these are gonna be tough ones. These are gonna be tough.
What are you talking about? Mine was great. Oh, and I'm going to tie it to one more unrelated thing. Right before we started recording today, I got served up on my Google News feed an article about Arnie. Arnie's new
Arnold.
That's right.
I watched the trailer. It looks great.
Yeah, the new
documentary.
It's a series, isn't it? Or something?
Yeah, it's like a limited documentary series. Yeah, I think it's probably like 3 or 4 episodes or something like that.
Wait, documentary? I don't think it's a documentary.
Well, it's about his. Well, it's not. Okay, I guess it's not a documentary, but it's just about his life. He's getting interviewed, right?
No. I'm talking about the new thing that he did. That's like basically a sequel to True Lies.
You mean that he's because Netflix
Fubar.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant there's a thing coming out on Netflix called Arnold, and it's like a documentary about his life, and it's like a limited series, like a couple episodes.
Well, They must have given him a bucket of money over at Netflix because he's got a Netflix movie coming out called Fubar that's basically a sequel to True Lies. And so I'm very excited about it. And
that's awesome.
Speaking of unnecessary sequels that nobody wanted, but turned out not bad, which I'm assuming this will be Ted 2. There you go. There's your... Oh, and unnecessary sequels at the end of Ted 2. Remember when he does end up, they do end up adopting children. Ted and they take, first of all, they get remarried again, adopt the last name Clubber Lang.
Right.
Yeah. And then they name their baby boy Apollo Creed. Which Sylvester Stallone did too many unnecessary sequels, just like Arnie does not.
Yes. No.
So, lots of crossover here, everyone.
That is okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think I did a good job. What do you have?
This is a tough act to follow here. I don't know.
Yeah, tell me I'm good.
Yeah, no, man, you nailed it. Absolutely just nailed it. I'm with you. So I'm going, it's Die Hard 2, Die Harder meets one of my favorite movies, Sneakers.
Okay.
So the aspects I'm taking from this is Die Hard 2, planes, right? I mean,
okay.
Can you keep a secret? This whole movie is just evolved around planes. Like they meet on a flight, and then the movie ends on a flight.
Ends on a flight. That's right. It book ended with a flight.
Yeah. Die Hard 2, planes, ends on a plane.
Also has planes. Good call.
Also has planes, ends on a plane, and a movie about love because John McClane's just trying to save his wife.
That's true.
So
always.
Anything else from Die Hard 2? Yeah, you like that?
Not that I can think of. But
that's all I got. And it meets Sneakers, and Sneakers is like a spy kind of espionage kind of thrillers from the 90s. It's an awesome movie. It's funny and it's fun.
Okay.
That movie is about secrets and people having too many secrets, and then people finding out those secrets and then using those secrets to leverage what they need.
Okay.
And there's an actual line in the movie called where they say too many secrets.
Too many sneakrets?
Sneakrets. Yeah. So
missed opportunity.
And like this movie, our movie, a lot of secrets get unveiled to humiliation and to potentially, I think you might be right, leverage someone to do something that yeah,
coercing someone to have relations with you that you're in a position of power.
Yeah So
at the very least, one of the questions that I did have, great pitch, by the way.
It was all right. I've had better.
Yeah, I'm just trying to compliment you. Take a compliment.
Okay. Yeah, we're closing that out. That was a good let's close that out, and then we're moving on now.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
I forgot now. But friend of the pod, Gail Garcia Bernal there is in Old, so you should see it.
Oh, that's right.
We love that guy.
We do. We do love that guy.
The best thing about A Little Bit of Heaven.
That's what it was. I was about to do the old. What movie was he in that we did?
No, I got you today. Yeah. I'm on point with the cross episode promo here.
Yeah, I love it. Look at you doing your homework.
I promoted like 8 of our episodes so far.
I've done nothing. I said Barely Lethal 2 twice.
Well, and we'll say Barely Lethal not 2, the first one again. Yeah. When we start this movie in a second.
Right. There is no Barely Lethal 2, but people look for Barely Lethal 2.
Well, I don't know, listeners. Why don't you Google it? Find out.
see what
we can't confirm or deny that there is no Barely Lethal 2. I think there might be.
All right. I don't know. Should we get into? We're going to break this thing down.
Might as well. Yeah.
That's what we're here for, right?
It's the day that ends in Y.
Right. So it opens up with all of our production and distributors, production companies. Was it BCDF, Embankment, and 120 Decibel Films? It's a very long intro of logos.
Too long. And I've never heard any of these companies. I know you said they're legit, but
yeah, I mean, they've all got websites because, as we know, if you've got a website, you're legit.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I know. Come on.
God, I'm so stupid.
You're so stupid sometimes. That's why I'm here, buddy. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you for saving me from myself.
No problem. No, 100. So what was the one I looked up? Was it Embankment or something?
Embankment, yep.
That was the one that's just like a...
no. It was 120 because that's the one that is Barely Lethal associated.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one of them was just like a straight up like financial dish out loans.
Yeah. It's a classic old school money laundering.
100%. Yeah. We'll loan you some money that's coming from somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is an ITMT classic.
Yeah, this is all the signs point to fraud.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I wasn't super creeped out by the relationship between Alexandra Daddario and Tyler Hoechlin, only because she's actually older in real life. I know in the movie, she's definitely playing a younger character.
Yeah, she's a marketing associate.
That's what made it weird and feel grosser.
Yeah.
And like more like an abuse of power, but at least she's older. Not in the movie. Just wanted to call it out.
Yeah, because being taken advantage of when you're old versus when you're young.
That's right.
It's okay when you're old because
changes the game.
All right, so let's get into this movie here. So we got all these logos, whatever, 120, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then the credits.
We're past that.
Yeah, we're past all this. So then the credits start, and it's like. I was like, at first,
long.
It's so long. I was like, what is this intro? So it's like all cartoony kind of thing, and like just takes a really long time. It's like a cartoon thing of her walking around New York and then going to adopt a dog, and it's really weird and it's super slow. And at first, I was like, this is so strange to do. And then when I did some looking up on Sophie Kinsella, what was her name? Sophie, whatever. Sophie.
Yeah, Sophie Kinsella.
I looked at all of her books she has, which you called out. She sold what, 45 million?
45 million.
45 books. Million books.
So many books. Listeners, like when Russ's book comes out, do your part in helping to get him to 45 million, please.
Yeah. Yes, please. Because if that happens, you're coming with me, baby.
That's right.
You're coming with me.
I'll ride those coattails to the top.
You're coming with me.
Happily.
45 million books. But yeah,
Crazy.
so when I looked at like all of her book covers, though, it is the same art style as this little cartoon. So I was like, all right, maybe that's a nod for the little Easter egg for the fans, right?
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's a traveling pants situation, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get it. And I was like, this is stupid. But if I guess I'd read the books and was a fan. Which I did read. I read an opening chapter of this book, and it was tough.
It's not our best work. We know it's not our best work.
Yeah. Shopaholic, right? That's the one?
Shopaholics. Yeah,
You get in there. Get in
They've confessed stuff. And
yes. And
there's one with a baby and an old one.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get a shot of Chicago. It starts on Chicago. Right.
I have trouble recognizing cities. They're like actors to me.
Well, first I was like confused as to where they were. And this whole opening actually is just very strange.
It is kind of confusing, yeah. But you're right, it's Chicago.
Because she flies back from Chicago. That's the whole thing. That's his big secret.
Yeah, that's right. And there's a bunch of voiceover.
She's doing voiceover about secrets, and they're doing like shots of like this cubicle based office, and she's going on about how, we all have
our vulnerabilities.
And it's like a weird, like, I guess it's the only way you could get. I don't know why it's necessary, but then they don't do it again.
The rest of the movie. Yeah, they don't do any voiceover, thankfully, the rest of the movie. But they this is the theme that they're setting up, and it's like not
hard to show. So you just got to tell people what.
Yeah, basically, like it makes it feel like a Lifetime movie because it is. It's definitely like a Lifetime movie that somehow got presumably a big screen budget. And you're like, well.
So then I was kind of confused what she did. We cut to this office, right? And then it's her pitching. Yeah, she's doing a pitch to these two guys. One guy just definitely doesn't care about life, and the other guy's like, whatever.
Cruise line executives.
Yeah, I was like, at first I was like a little confused. And then when they jumped to her, the panda thing, I was like, so what does she actually do? Anyways, so she's like pitching the brand.
The cruise line.
To the cruise line.
Well, yeah, and they want the cruise to carry panda products. Basically.
Yeah. Which comes back later because the cruise is like all these older people. And in the middle of the movie, they're like, we're going after young people. And she's like, no, old people.
Yeah, you got to get the olds.
Oh. I was, yeah.
See?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did a good pitch. I told you.
Yeah. And you didn't even know it.
Oh, yeah, I knew.
Oh, I knew.
And I love Chuck. Chuck is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this scene.
Yep. Chuck is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It was just really, it was very
sitting
strange.
there glaring. I love it. They were these two, the executive guys were probably the funniest actors in the movie.
I agree. So
just a good opening scene. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to enjoy this movie.
No.
Nope.
Not one bit. So yeah, so she's pitching, and then she's talking about how she needs to land this account so she can get the promotion, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Which is ties into some issues later on, right?
Which and she
probably already see.
Yeah, exactly. And Doug doesn't understand. He's just like, your prices aren't going to work for us. And she's like not doing anything to help here. She's telling a story about Panda being organic, and like don't pause apparently is the slogan, which is cute and unnerving.
Yeah. So the little fast fact here in the book, the company is called Panther Corporation, not Panda.
Right.
So throw that in there.
Which not as cuddly. So I get
it. Yeah. Pandas are much nicer, right?
Yeah. Rename it for the rom-com for sure. This is the part when she spills the soda all over them, or the energy drink. Yeah.
Like this kind of sets the tone for like the type of comedy it's gonna be for the rest of the movie. And it's like this awkward, feels like it's trying to be improv, awkward moments, and it's the entire movie, and it's absolutely annoying.
It's not good writing.
No, and it's just like I hate these awkward moments. They kind of force them, and it's just like the entire movie is that. And
I almost went with like an American Pie or something for my pitch, because I was like, they're trying to do like a raunchy slapstick thing that just they don't lean hard enough into it for it to work.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the slapstick
kind of
thing is weird because it's definitely there, but it's like they don't go all in on it, so it just kind of comes off as just strange. But so she ends up just spraying soda all over the place, or whatever it is, the organic health drink, energy drink, right? And then do we just cut to the airport?
Yep,
where she's getting drunk, right? She's in the lounge and just getting
phone call.
Yeah, doesn't like flying. She's on the phone with her friend Lissy, right?
Yep.
Just getting toasted. If a flight attendant who's like just hanging out in the lounge like sees her and just like there's like a weird nod, and then she gets on the plane. The flight attendant's like, "Hey, you're having a tough day," and she's like, "Yeah, why don't you take first class?" Like,
yeah, awesome.
Like, what? That doesn't happen. That's not how that works.
I feel like I've seen things like that happen in my day. Yeah. If you get a flight that nobody's on for some reason, this was before all the airlines started cutting all their flights. This is 2018, 2019, right?
Right.
So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Before the pandemic, when flights were empty half the time, and you're like, oh, great. Like, yeah, why don't we just upgrade this person who's having a rough day?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so she gets the upgrade to first class, and then we get our Jack there.
So they're hinting at it. Like, do you see outside? Like, the storm is brewing. Like, it's getting pretty thunder and lightning out.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. So anyway, she gets more champagne on the plane because first class you get beverages there comped. Guy sits down. It's exactly from the trailer.
Yep.
Through the whole Cheers bit, he's on the phone. It's annoying. Plane takes off. She puts her feet up because she's uncouth and
you can't be doing that in first class. Like, come on.
Unacceptable.
You don't put your feet up in first class. Put your feet down.
Yeah. And this is when we first see Jack's charismatic side, because he's like, the flight attendant's kind of flirting with him, and it's like it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So then this is when the turbulence starts, like immediately. They don't waste any time, which I appreciate.
Yeah, no, they got up there and just get right into it. So
yeah. And then it's again basically the whole trailer is just like she starts blurting out secrets that aren't really secrets, that don't really matter.
Too many secrets, right?
Yeah. Including she just messed up her first big meeting. She's not going to get the promotion. The demons thing with Imagine Dragons. Boyfriend's obsessed with jazz and she hates it, etc. The weird tongue thing.
And it cuts between like her telling the secret and cuts to like that thing happening. Like they kind of do like a
Exactly. And she wants this huge, amazing romance, and she doesn't think she's ever been in love, and blah blah. Who cares? And then it's revealed that they landed, and she didn't realize that she had just been talking for an hour, and then they part ways.
Yeah,
call it a day.
Yep, call it a day. Just another stranger in first class, right?
Yep.
And then she gets to pick up from Connor, who drives this.
You're alive.
Oh,
Connor's not a bad dude. I think he gets a bad rap in this movie.
I think he does too. One thing we did call was that we thought the secondary characters were gonna be like the funnier part of the movie.
Yes,
which I'd give that to Connor. I thought he was pretty funny. I thought the coworker, I don't remember his name. I thought Casey. he was pretty funny. And definitely all the secondary characters.
Yeah.
More interesting.
100%. Yeah, exactly. So basically Connor's like, you texted me and said, we're in a death spiral. We're not going to make it. I Luffy you. And she's like, yep. And he's like, so I want to take it to the next level. Let's move in together. And she's like, okay. And then starts crying. And he's like, well, get in the car. Meanwhile, Jack's watching from the side, like
a creep.
Interesting. Like a creep. Like he's a total predator the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she works at my company.
Yeah, I'll look in the systems and find out everything I can about her.
Enhance.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, he definitely is. And then we're in an apartment, right? We get a quick shot of the old New York City. And
jazz transition. I like it.
Yeah. And Connor's being kind of a weirdo. Gets up to go get coffee. He's got no pants on. It's all stuff from the trailer, right?
And this is where I like Connor because he zooms in on him laying in bed watching her sleep. And he's like, I want to die in each other's arms. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, he's making espresso for them. It's very nice. He got tickets for some jazz quartet that's coming to town.
Sounds great.
It sounds awesome. Yeah. He does say he's going to be pissed if she spills coffee in the bed, but then he kind of laughs it off. So he seems pretty cool.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I'm on board with Connor. Other than the no pants thing, it's kind of jarring. But
yeah, no, it'll be the second time we see Connor's ass.
That's right. All
right, and we meet one of the coworkers she's friends with. Right, they're walking in New York. We'll walk and talk.
Yep. Casey. This is Casey.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. But again, it's all just. I mean, this is fine. It's just a quick shot to introduce him, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and talking about how dating is hard.
Yeah. Which Okay. We all know.
Such a rom-com.
Yeah.
And then we do get a nice little panda ad that we see also on the side of the thing.
Yes.
Like, oh, wow. That's a big company.
Yep. Yeah. They got a budget. And then we're in the panda office, right? And they're cleaning up. This it's a quick shot from the trailer too, moving furniture around.
Jack Harper's visiting? Oh, who?
Yeah, now I'm confused. Like, how do you, I guess, could you be at a company and not know what your co-founder looks like? Would you do that homework? Would you know? Like, every company I've worked for,
what they look like. I mean, yeah, sure.
I've known.
You definitely know the name. Like, she's like, who's Jack Harper? What are you talking about? And you're like,
yeah, like,
all right. You know who the CEO of the company is or whatever.
You wonder why you didn't get the promotion?
Yeah, exactly.
Details.
Well, yeah, and that's one of my main gripes from later is like she seems like she's doing a bad job most of the time.
At her job.
She has one good idea that like she didn't execute. It was just her idea. Like she was like, "Oh, can we run an ad in a magazine for old people?" And you're like, that's it. And they're like, "You know what? That is promotion worthy." You're like, all you've done is fuck up everything else and take coffee breaks and like sleep with the boss. Like, yeah, no wonder we're all like I get so. I mean, we're not there yet. I'm jumping way ahead, but like that whole promotion scene, like we talked about, is infuriating.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Sorry.
That's right. So they're cleaning up.
It makes me mad already. She's a bad worker.
All of the office stuff is just so cringy and like painful. Like this is not.
She's a horrible employee.
This is not how. This isn't real. It's a movie. She doesn't know what the co-founder looks like. Doesn't even know who he is pretty much. And they're like, Jack Harper. Jack Harper's coming up.
Jackie Harper.
Jackie Harper. Now playing third base, Jack Harper. Her boss.
He's a baseball player. You're right.
That's right. Then her boss kind of is like giving her shit about the whole Chicago trip there, right? And then this is when it's kind of weird and jarring, but then it cuts to the boss doing like this crazy over the top like intro for Jack.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and they also, we get another quick scene from the trailer here that's like misleading in the trailer where we think that they're talking about cleaning out your desk because she got fired. She does not get fired.
No.
It's clean up your desk because Jack's visiting, not out. And they kind of kill it in the movie because like she's like, no, clean up, not out. And you're like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Don't explain to the joke to me.
So then Jack shows up, right?
Yep. Artemis is great. We get an intro to Artemis quick. She's like the weird coworker that pretends to be French.
She's from Pittsburgh. But she got the promotion I think that Emma was looking for, right?
Probably.
Probably most likely because I think Artemis probably does her job.
It seems like it, yeah.
So then, Jack shows up, right, and
they recognize each other.
Yep, they recognize each other, and he kind of gives her a little bit of a hard time. Oh, yep, okay, right.
Yeah. Then they talk about how like this guy influenced and inspired an entire generation of marketers. I'm like, wait, what? What's happening?
I don't know.
What? I thought the company was a food.
Yeah, it's organic drinks, like energy drinks.
Yeah, like why does this guy only pay attention to the marketing department? Like why isn't he like at like a production facility or something?
Or all of the departments, right?
Yeah, working with the product team or I don't know. This seems asinine.
The connection's just not really there, but
yeah. And so basically she's like bragging about the boss, Sybil, bragging about giving junior staff responsibility like our Emma here. And then they do like they do this several times, but allude back to the secrets that she told him on the plane. Secrets in air quotes.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, how's the coffee? And then it's like, the coffee here is poison.
Yeah, it cuts to her.
And she's like, super yummy.
Yeah.
He's like, good, glad to hear it.
They do that a few times, right? Where they'll do the thing and then they'll cut to her actually telling the secret on the plane.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And basically he's like, well, I'm looking forward to getting to know something better. And then we move on, more or less. The stuff with Artemis, but it's dumb.
2%. And then I
did love the little 2% thrown in there.
Yeah,
I guess that was kind of funny, but she's French, 2%.
2%. So then we're in Jack's office. Emma does a little pop in, and then they continues this awkward moment humor. And basically Jack is just like, I don't want you to mention I was in Chicago. And she's like, basically our secrets don't share each other's secrets. So
like the things that I laughed at are not things that I think were supposed to be like the star jokes, but they were like when she's talking about penalized and he's like, no, it's penalized.
Yeah. It's not a penalty.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny, but otherwise it's very annoying. This whole conversation is like, it's just not funny.
No. And I hate this, like this awkward thing that they keep doing. So then,
from the trailer, exactly from the trailer.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all from the trailer. I don't know. Is there anything else? I was going to move on to the apartment.
No, I was too. Basically, she ends that scene. And she's like, no one has any goddamn idea on this planet what love is, and that's a fact. And he's like,
nope.
What? And then smiles like, oh, that's our girl I just met a minute ago on the plane.
Yeah. So then we're back at home. Yeah, we're at the apartment, right? We meet Lissy finally in person.
Who I think she interchangeably called Lizzie and Lissy. I don't know. Like,
was it?
I feel like they call her Lizzie at the beginning and then they switch to Lissy halfway through. But maybe I'm bad at hearing.
Lizzie. Yeah, I don't know, but it's spelled Lissy on.
Right. Exactly.
So whatever. So they have an awkward moment because that's what this whole movie does, where Omar, a coworker, they kind of come out a little hot and steamy, and they're looks like they just were doing it.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, no, he's just a coworker. And it's like
reviewing case notes.
Yeah,
we're lawyers.
It's supposed to be like I don't know. The setup and payoff for this joke is not
it's not there.
Not there. So, and then we meet our other friend, Gemma,
right? Which you can't live in a house with a Gemma and an Emma. You can't do. You can't do that.
That's
like a roommate code or something.
Yeah. You can't. You can't be doing that. That's not right.
Frustrating. And as a movie writer, don't write that.
Yeah. Like change the name.
Make that character named anything. Katie. I don't know. Like literally whatever you want.
Yeah. Just not Gemma.
They're like, well, there's another character too. What's the other one? Emma? Gemma. Just
throw a G in the front.
Yeah. We'll write a couple jokes for her. She'll barely be in it.
I was confused because I thought Emma and Lissy were roommates, and that was it.
I think they're all three roommates.
Okay. Because
my understanding. Yeah, she's everywhere all the time.
Yeah. So she's like the wild one of the group, right? She's always wearing crazy outfits, and then I like how it kind of escalates. Like everything she's going to is like very inappropriate what she's wearing.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Has a couple times. So they're crushing some rosé, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gemma then leaves.
Friend of the pod, Rosé.
Rosé, yep, friend of the pod, Rosé. Yeah. And then it's just like stuff from the trailer, right? And it's Emma just talking about what they talked about on the plane, blah, blah. And
Gemma's going to a bris.
Yeah. And Emma's like, talks about Connor. We get some idea that like they want to spice it up and things aren't going that well. So, yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And then we're in the office, right?
Yep.
Back in the office. Yeah.
They bump into each other in the hallway, Emma and Jack. And then Sybil's like, wow, I'm annoyed. And does the whole like spiel about like, oh, thank you for coming out to last week's family picnic because we're all family at work here. And like, it's like addressing the employees and it's like, don't embarrass me in front of Jack.
Don't fucking embarrass me.
Then this turns into another annoying office scene where Jack's like, everyone just ignore me, like just go about your work.
So weird. Yeah. And Sybil sets it up as like, oh, Jack's just gonna be hanging out watching everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, just go about your thing. And he's just standing there.
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird.
He's like, is it always this quiet in here? Like back when Pete and I started this company, we used to talk about everything.
Yeah.
And then Artemis is like, well, I'm devouring a biography about Bloody Mary right now. And then Nick is another character that we barely meet, and he's like, I like tapestries. And you're like, what? And then of course Jack's like, well, I only care about you, Emma. I mean, what about you, Emma?
Yeah. Oh, God.
And then we spill another secret. This one, it's about her not reading the book club book.
Yep. Great expectations. Yeah. Just couldn't get through it.
Yeah. Which part resonated with you? The resonances.
Come on. And then kind of cuts away from that, and we get the what's his name? Casey.
Yeah.
He shows up,
walks in and salutes.
Yeah. He's kind of funny. He had his moments.
Yeah, he is funny. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know why I just did that. And he walks over to her, and he's just like, hey, you want to go over the numbers? And this was kind of a funny scene. I'm going back and forth about it, but
yeah, they cut to the secret where he tells him like, oh, and then my friend Casey, it says like, oh, let's go look at the numbers, and it's really just a way that we can get out of the office and go get coffee.
Yeah, code for go get coffee.
Right. And so Jack's like, yeah, why don't you go over the numbers? She's like, ugh, like so embarrassed.
So embarrassed this whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to an elevator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're standing there, coffee in hand, and Jack door opens up, and I don't know. It's again like awkward humor that just I don't know why it's here.
Well, vicious do like a whole lot of like exaggerated awful jokes, like, oh, how are those numbers?
Yeah.
Stop it. Like it's exactly a Lifetime movie. That is the criticism of this.
Well, yeah. So she gets in the elevator with Jack, and then Connor shows up, right? And this is stuff from the trailer. He's introduced himself as, he's like, oh, I'm
they
Jack
do
Ripper.
Briefly explain the Leopold file. That'll come back later for a second.
Yes. Oh, right. Yes.
Before Connor shows up, it's like that was what the excuse that him and Pete used to use. That's when they also do a lot of very heavy-handed, like, oh yeah, me and Pete.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I wonder when this is gonna pay off. An hour from now, like way too late in the movie to matter. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So then Connor shows up and he's like, oh, I do market research here. And Jack's like, well, actually, I'm on my way to your presentation right now. It's very
and then Jack invites him, and she's like, oh, you should come to the presentation. So
yeah,
and it's literally just all the other employees.
It's the whole marketing department at the very least.
Yeah. Right. And then we're in the presentation, right? The meeting.
Panda Bites are not doing so good.
No. So this is her opportunity for kind of a win here, right? Because she starts alluding to Panda Bites. My grandpa eats Panda Bites all the time, and everyone kind of dismisses it, blah, blah. And she's like, maybe we should be that should be our market. But yeah.
I love the millennials bit.
The millennials bit was kind of funny.
Like Connor is kind of funny, and he's like one of the only funny characters. And basically does like let's look at a typical millennial, and then draws like a very elaborate, like pretty good drawing on the chalkboard. And I'm like, I love this.
Taking so long. He's still trying to
yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry. But yeah, then that's when they start talking about the old people.
Yeah. Cause
I love the business speak where like, they're like, oh, and like the Sybil's like, wrap it up, Connor. And he's like, well, we're looking forward to investing more resources to get them to eat Panda Bites. Like, that's what the marketing department does. Like, that's the most generic way you can explain what marketing does at a company. Let's spend money to get them to buy the thing.
Yep. That's it. That's all you do. All right. That's all you do over there.
It's mostly spending money. Yeah.
Gotta spend money to make money.
That's right. As a marketer.
So they keep doing this for the presentation, whatever. And it's just more awkward. It feels like it's like the improvised kind of comedy. I don't know. It's not really good. And Emma, she drops her idea about the old people eat the Panda Bites. My grandfather and his butt friends eat it like 3 times a day. Blah, blah, blah. Obsessed with it, right? Mm-hmm. And then it cuts to like more like weird office stuff where like I
do love Artemis here.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just do what we like? Like, I don't know. She like goes in this whole spiel. It's like strategic jargon words.
Yeah,
and he's like,
buzzword bullshit.
Like, why don't you just say that again, but not like a Harvard professor? And then like all the other, I feel like the other actors in the scene were like, oh, one of the only funny jokes in the movie, and like did like a spit take.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, and also without using the word strategic. And you're like, well, now you made it not funny.
Yeah, that's it. I can't. You're just killing it now. And then
Pete used to say, "Keep it simple, stupid."
Yeah, that's right. Kiss. Yeah, and then there's another awkward Connor joke there, which is kind of funny. But he's like, "Oh, I thought you said we should kiss." What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it. That was a good scene.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Mostly because Connor was leading the goofy way. So
exactly. Yeah.
So then we got her at her desk, and she texts Connor and is like, "Hey, meet me in the archive, eggplant."
Yeah. Well, in between there is a brief Emma and Jack sequence where they're alone together, and he's like, "Oh, that's a pretty good drawing, by the way. Do you think that guy's the one?" Good seg you.
Yeah.
Jack.
Right.
Like, what
boss,
are you doing?
Boss man.
Right. And she's like, I don't know. And then she's like, yeah, let's go fuck in the archives.
And again, Connor's Connor, but like extended a little bit more. Like, when we thought it was a Staples or like so yeah, she's when he walks in, he opens up the door and he's like, "Why are you standing like that?" I don't know, the way he said it was kind of funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Like, "I want you to look at my body." And he's like, "Do I need to check on you? Like, is everything okay?"
I thought there was an emergency. She's like, "There is," and then pulls down his pants, and he's like, "Oh, like I like my pants off most of the time, except for right now."
He goes through all the places that he's okay with having his pants off.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, she premises it with she's trying to get the spark back, and he goes, "What spark?"
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, nailed it.
I opened up your world to jazz, though. This is when she dumps him. It's not working out. He's like, "You joking? I'm everything a woman wants."
All the stuff from the trailer.
Then we cut back to home.
Yeah, back at the apartment. This is kind of a like just more rosé and chatting, right?
Yeah. It's more. Gemma's basically like, "Why did you break up with Connor? You would have been the perfect couple." And she's like, "Well, we don't like each other that much, but like, we just like, I don't dislike him, but he's fine." And she's like, "Right, exactly. The perfect couple. Like, being honest is so overrated. Like, you can't tell anyone anything. Like, Dad still thinks my mom is a natural blonde and she's Asian." You're like, what? And then, that's again from the trailer. She's going to a baby shower and she's wearing like
something ridiculous.
Lace bodysuit with the thong underneath. And everyone laughs and it's great. Those are only the greats. The only great parts are when Gemma's involved.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Connor and Gemma. That's gonna be it. So, well, I mean, that's probably a good spot. We're gonna leave. Put our rosé down.
Yeah, well, get some more refill.
That's it for part 1. So thanks for listening. We'll be back Thursday with part 2. In the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. We're ITMT Pod on Twitter. You can subscribe wherever you listen. And while you're subscribing, you can also be reviewing. Leave us 5 stars, maybe a comment. Just tell a friend if you are feeling like spreading the word in real life. We appreciate the internet ones more because they are there forever. But, word of mouth is fleeting. But also do that. Or you can send us an email. Speaking of things that are fleeting, write a long letter, send it to us an email. We'll delete it after we read it. But we'll read it in trailer trash. It's for everyone else to... for forever. That's how we forever it. Yep. Right. And we respect your privacy. We'll delete the email after we read it.
That's right. And we won't respect your privacy by reading at least your first name on the air. So
that's true. Okay. Yeah. It's all in our privacy policy.
Yeah, right. That's right. You agreed. You agreed when you download the episode, which you should do more of. If you're not downloading the episodes, can you please do that? Because it helps us a lot. It helps our numbers. Do an auto download. That's great. And speaking of episodes, go to the website where you can find all the old episodes. At this point, it's like 200 and who knows.
So many.
Countless hours of Jared and Russ getting into hijinks as always. So,
shenanigans.
It's thismeetsthat.com. Check it out.